All right, we're going to look at some advanced features of Google Docs. Some of these you may know, some of you may not know. So here we go. First thing, anytime that you load up Google Docs, it'll always start with an untitled document. To change that, all you have to do is click on here. If you've already have a title here, it'll actually put the title up there for you. So I actually didn't have to do anything there. So here we go. If you notice, we have a whole bunch of icons down below here. So this first one, if I want to, anytime I hold my mouse over it, it'll actually tell me what it does. That is print. So if I want to print this, I can print it. This is my undo button, and if you do something wrong, you can undo it. And this is my redo button. These next couple ones we won't worry about. This next section is your fonts, and what's nice is you have all the different fonts. It'll actually show the ones that you use the most often up front here, and then here's all the other ones. What's really cool is you can actually go down and click more fonts, and you can actually find fonts that you may want to use. So for example, this one's not installed. All I have to do to install it is click it, and now I have access to that font. So say I wanted to use that one, we're going to call it Merriweather. There it is. Okay. Next thing is my font size. If I want to make something larger, I highlight it, and I can, in case of a title here, I can highlight it and click it, and now I've actually made it larger. This next section here, this is my bold. So if I want the title bolded, I can bold it. I can italicize it, which makes it slanty. I can also underline it. And so I'll go ahead and make it bold. I'll do all three. I don't like the underline. Okay, next thing here. This is my font color, and it's also my highlighter. So if I click this, I can actually click on the text and say I want to make my text, let's make it dark red, and I want to highlight it purple. I can go ahead and do, make it dark red, and then to highlight it, I have to click highlight and then hit purple. And now you can see how I've done that. I don't actually necessarily want that highlighted like that, so I'll just undo it, but I do like the red. Moving on here, this is a link. So say I want to link this to a new site here. And so what I can do is I can actually click here, and I can actually put the link to it. Now sometimes if I just type the wheels on the bus, or if I type in Canvas, it'll actually give you some suggestions here. So I'm actually going to click this, and I'll say apply. What this does now is if someone clicks on it, they can actually click on this, and it'll actually take them to that link there. These next sections here are your justifications, and so this will line up everything to the left. This one will center it. This one will line it up to the right. And this one will actually make everything look like a block. So if I highlight this, and this is full justify, that's not going to work. But the way this really works here is if I were to have these together like this, and now if I highlight that, I can actually make it. And what it does is it spaces them out evenly on both sides there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and undo that, undo, 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 and there we go. And on this case, I actually want to center this. Okay, next couple things here, you have things like bullets. So say I want to put bullets in. So here's a number bullets or regular bullets, and so I can actually choose the bullet style that I want, and I can say chores, course, C-H-O-R-E-S. And when I hit enter, it'll put another bullet there. Now if I want to make another bullet a sub-bullet, I hit the tab. And so I can say, well, I have to wash dishes. I hit enter. If you notice, it's on that same level there. To bring that back, I hold the shift tab key back. So tab brings it over, shift tab will bring that back. Okay. Other things that we have here, I'm going to go up into this area here. So here's how most of you know how to make a copy of something or to rename your document. If I go into the edit section, I can actually do my copy and pasting. I can find and replace words. If I go into view, nothing we really need there here, but insert, we have lots of different things. We have an image. So if I want to bring in an image, I can click image, and say I want to find something on Google. I just click search, and I can say bus. Since this is all about buses, I hit bus, and there's a school bus right there. And I click select. Now when it brings the image in, it may bring it in too large or too small, so I just click the image. I can always grab this corner, and I can shrink it down just like that. Now if you notice, I have two different things. I have text wrap, and then I have break text. So the text wrap, if I click that, what it'll do is the text will actually wrap around it. So I can actually put it right in the middle of some text if I want to, or put it right at the end. And that's usually what I use as well. Okay. I can also insert equations. So I'm going to click down here, and I click Insert in the equation, and this has all of my equation symbols up here. So if I wanted to say the square root of 36 is equal to 6. And that's where I would get my math equations. I can also do things like divide. And so I can say something like, let's go ahead and say 6. And let me hit the divide button. Oh, new equation, sorry. So I'm going to do 6 divided by 3 equals 2. And I can get rid of that extra 6 that I got there. So that's how you actually put equations inside there. And you'll actually have to use that today. Next, we have, we can insert drawings and charts. We can also insert tables. We can do footnotes, which puts things at the very bottom. I can put a horizontal line. When I click this, it just puts a line through here. And you'll have to do that in your assignment today as well. I can also do special characters. And so if I click special characters, you'll actually see all these different special characters, and they have names. So this is Write Words Two-Headed Arrow. This one is called Left Right Double Arrow with Stroke. And this is Upward White Arrow on Pedestal. So today you're going to have to actually find some of those and put them in your presentation. I can actually do a, I can put headers, which puts something at the beginning or at the top. So if I click that, you can see right up here. So if I wanted to put in my name, Wes Estfold, and I go ahead and bring it over to the other side. Now a header actually puts it on each page, so when you see that, don't be alarmed. Next, I can go on this section, we can do a page count. I can also do footers, and footers puts things at the bottom there. When I go into format, I can also get into my bold, italics, underlines. I can strike through stuff. So say I don't want this, or I want the people to know that, hey, we're not going to say this. I go up to format, strike through. I can also do things, for example, with subscripts and superscripts. Let's go right here. So say I want to write H2O. Okay, and I want this 2 to be lower. What I do is I highlight the 2. I go down to format, and I do subscript. Sub means below. So there you go, you have H2O. Now to bring that back up, I can go ahead and type in, or hit subscript again. I can also make it superscript. So if I were doing 15 to the second power, I would go up to format. Oops, I need to put my 2 there. So I'm going to write 15 to the second power. I go up to format, superscript, and it makes my little tiny 2 up there as well. Okay, I can change my font sizes. I can change my line spacing. So if I want to actually make things double spaced, I can highlight it, format, line spacing. There's double space right there. Format, line spacing. Let's go back to single. And I don't think that's what it was, but I will undo that a couple times. All right, I think that's all we're going to do on this page right now on the formats. If I look at tools, I can do some different things here. What's really cool is there's a research and define buttons here. Research, I can actually click research and say I want to find the definition of a word. What I can do is I can say create, word create. So you can actually, maybe I need to type in define create. There we go. So I can actually find out that it's a verb used with object, and I can get definitions from here. You can also do things like I can highlight something, and then I can go up to tables and research, and it should pull it up right over here as well. So you can highlight things and then hit research. Okay. Other things that you can do in the tools section, you can do a word count. So I can find out exactly how many words there are. This is 177 words, and of course what I've highlighted. So there are 835 characters. Moving on here, there's also voice typing. So I'm actually going to put a little box here. I'm going to insert a table. And I'm going to go ahead and do some voice typing here. To do that, all I have to do is click voice typing. And I click to speak. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Period. And then I click it to turn off. And how much wood could a woodchuck woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Pretty accurate. And that's right under the voice count there. You can translate things into different languages as well. Under tables, I don't think we're going to use anything under tables here. And that is a majority of what you're going to be doing today. So what you'll do is you're going to do something called the Google Docs training. And you'll either find it through Canvas or your teacher will give you a link to it. With that, good luck, and let me know if you have any questions. I guess you'll have to let your teacher know.